I was following Nick in his sticky trail when my phone buzzed with the notification I was banned off of Twitter. The Groypers were working overtime to cover up this story and throw off my investigation. This was a minor setback. The trail was starting to grow cold, but I wouldn't be deterred. I would need help to crack the case, and so I enlisted the help of Noel and his Kiwi goons. Noel and his Kiwis are dealers in information. If there's dirt on someone in this city, they'll have it. Nick and his followers put together a schizographic exonerating Nick. Naturally, I reviewed it. Allegedly, there was a group of disgruntled AF interns and white nationalists trying to smear Nick. There was a big problem with it all. The screenshots provided had the timestamps covered up. They couldn't even use Photoshop or Inspect Element in a browser and had to resort to MS Paint covering up the dates. Sloppy job, Mossad. Paul Joseph Watson took the bait and believed Nick's story. I knew I'd have to pick up the pace of my investigation before more people were fooled by these schizo infographics. Nick claims this was all an elaborate gay op against him by an AF intern named Max. The Kiwis presented me with 3 suspects: Physics Ninja, Cool Guy, and Dairy Tard. All of them claimed to be members of this gay ops group chat or had information about it. The Kiwis were good. Too good. They pointed out how Nick's supposed Greenlay account screenshot could be easily faked, and how all of these screenshots could be faked. Nick claimed his most recent account was Chumbucket 5000 and not Mr. Krabs 9000. The screenshot only proved that Nick owned the Chumbucket account and didn't disprove his ownership of Mr. Krabs 9000. The Kiwis told me there were 2 options at this point in their investigation. It was Nick's account, or it was created by someone high up in the AF community. The big boss Noel weighed in and told me about the UNS review.
And while he was flipping through the tabs, you could see this like blowjob. And below that is the UNS review, an alternative media selection. Nick Fuentes has talked about reading the UNS review, just kind of in passing. So it is a very interesting detail to add if you're trying to add credibility to like your gay op, if you're doing this as a gay op.
A small important detail that I had missed. So now we know only someone with a deep knowledge of Nick would even think to include the UNS review in the tranny video. It was an odd detail that lends credibility to Mr. Krabs 9000 being Nick's account. The Kiwi sleuths were trying to find the owner of the gay ops group chat and believed they had tracked him down. Petrie Chor. He didn't want to talk to anyone and changed his username to prevent people from questioning him. Another member of the supposed group chat was found but locked his account and blocked anyone from contacting him. Another roadblock, but we were getting closer to the truth. Dairy Tard, one of the supposed group chat members, came forward and turned himself in. He claimed to have troll's remorse and wanted to set the record straight, that Mr. Krabs 9000 wasn't Nick, and that it was all a gay op run by his friends. I was pressing X to doubt his story. The Kiwis asked him if he had leaked the group chat. He claimed he had no idea who leaked the chat. Interestingly, Dairy Tard, like the other group chat members, deactivated his Twitter account, losing all his DMs. I started suspecting Dairy Tard was trying to muddy the waters and throw us off the trail. He claimed he was paranoid about Bitcoin assassins coming after him for smearing Nick. A convenient excuse to be sure. Dairy Tard appeared to be running damage control for Nick. Dairy Tard also stated he couldn't provide any evidence that the group chat even existed. The big boss Noel questioned Dairy Tard. He asked if Nick threatened his family and pointed out how the group chat was only created after the fact. Noel told him to restore his account and prove he was part of this gay op. Members of the supposed gay op were all using the same phrase that Nick Fuentes is a homosexual pedo under investigation. It seemed a bit too contrived and too convenient. This whole mess of a case was getting too autistic and retarded even for me. To date, the supposed gay op hasn't been proven. The only thing that was proven was that a group chat took place after the incident. The case was growing cold again when suddenly Jaden McNeil fired up a live stream and was pressed about Nick and the homosexual question.
Rainbow Trout says, okay, Jaden, come clean. Did you ever hear Nick punching his clown to tranny porn? I would be lying if he didn't ever mention, like, how going after girls and normal stuff is vanilla, and he's into some dark, twisted stuff, and he doesn't want to pursue real relationships. He's perfectly happy, you know, doing his own thing 3 or 4 times a day. It's like, dude, that's not healthy. You shouldn't do that.
Finally, I had my smoking gun. Jaden's own testimony lends credibility to Nick being in fact a homosexual deviant coomer. Jaden was even reluctant to share all the details, likely out of some sense of past loyalty or fear of reprisal. The simple fact he doesn't drop all the dirt on Nick lends more credibility to it all. So let's go over the evidence again. Nick is obsessed with Twitter and creates SpongeBob-themed accounts every week because he gets banned frequently. Nick and his followers claim Mr. Krabs 9000 was fake because he didn't host a Twitter space on it. So let's review that suspected account again. Kai, Dalton, Michael Alberto, Ethan Ralph, and even the gay Sussy Squad members like Kansas Groiper all followed that account. The screenshots Nick provided had the timestamps covered up. When the dates were revealed, it shows that the group chat only took place after the tranny porn tab incident. The supposed group chat members stopped cooperating with the Kiwis and Noel, claiming they're scared of Bitcoin assassins. The account showed the UNS review, a small detail that only Nick or the most hardcore Nick supporter would know, or someone high up in the AF community. Only someone with an intricate knowledge of Nick, or someone in his inner circle, could have made a fake account this good to fool everybody, including the Sussy Squad. Now, let's go over the circumstantial evidence. We know Nick watches Euphoria, an LGBT show that is basically softcore trans and gay pornography. Nick admitted it himself on stream and in a Twitter space that he did watch that show with Jaden.
By the way, he got mad at me because I watched Euphoria without him. So that's really cute that he's going to go on the show and say, Nick made me watch Euphoria. We watched the first 3 episodes together, and then he got mad at me because I continued watching it without him.
Nick wouldn't stop talking about Jaden for over a month, acting like he was a scorned lover. Nick was jokingly asked if he dreamt about Jaden as a girl, to which he responded, if that happened, it wouldn't be a bad dream for him. Nick is friends with Milo Yiannopoulos, a flaming gay man, claiming that he prayed the gay away. Nick was caught on Instagram looking at aesthetic boys. He went on a date with Catboy Cammy, also known as Lolly Socks. Nick back in 2018 was caught following a trans cosplayer, liking their tweets, and was caught following their accounts. He has liked femboy posts on Twitter, and even liked pictures of trans women's feet, and asked for tummy pictures. Nick has a group called the Sussy Squad who post homoerotic memes. Finally, the biggest thing, our smoking gun, is the testimony provided by Jaden. Jaden was a member of Nick's inner circle, his best friend according to Nick. He provided testimony that Nick was into dark and twisted pornography, that he cooms at least 3 times a day, and wanted to watch an LGBT show with him. This was the final piece. I thanked Noel and the Kiwi Goons for all their hard work. After all these gay ops, trolls trolling trolls, and general retardation, I'm confident that Mr. Krabs 9000 was Nick's account. And that's it. The case is closed. Nick, you've been exposed.